I do want to talk about your calls to, you have a call to wisdom, a call to action, and a call to faithfulness. Close us out with what are some ways we can be wise, we can act, and
Yeah.
continue to be faithful as Christians today.
Well, to be wise, I think they should read some of your books because I see a lot of similarities. So on one thing, I have the misuse of language, and I know in your book
Mm,
on deconstructing Christianity, you point out
yeah.
that when we adopt these terms that actually have a fundamentally bad meaning, and we try to baptize them, it doesn't work out well because we can't redefine what the culture is saying something is. So other examples are gay Christians or even Darwinian evolution, which in essence, in the mainstream view, is unguided. If you try to baptize these terms, you basically end up spreading confusion. And this is a way that things like Stockholm Syndrome Christianity spread. So I think be very careful about the use and abuse of language. Um, Also, relationships. A lot of, growing up, the lingo that I always heard, Christianity is relational. That's true. It is relationship with the living God, with Jesus, and with each other. I agree with that. But I've also seen that term used as a cover time and again to say, well, Christianity is relational, so you can't really stand up for truth in this, or you can't do that. And it's used as an excuse. Well, I want to point out, and I point out in the book, relationships are important, but they're not the highest importance, and they should be in correspondence to the truth. I mean, two of the most relational groups in life are gangs and the mafia,
Mm.
where relationship is and personal loyalty is everything. I think everyone realizes, well, that can get dysfunctional, and so Christianity is relational, but don't allow that to be a cover. And so those are a couple things dealing with wisdom. But on the chapter where I give 21 practical things people can do, the name, well, actually, one of the most important, and it may not seem important, but is the concept of do no harm. So I think Christians should be salt and light. They should be doing good things, but at the least, don't be enabling the bad things. And so by do no harm, take stock of how do you spend your time, talent, and treasure? Are you writing a check? Maybe you were a graduate of a Christian university 20 years ago that was really good, but even it's really now gone in a different direction. But the heartstrings are pulled every time they ask for money. And so you write them an annual check because of your warm feelings from 20 years ago, but you're actually enabling something is wrong. Don't do that. So how at least, even if you're not giving the good things, I think you should give the good things, but make sure you're not bankrolling bad things. Similarly, where are you volunteering your time? And I don't think people should leave churches willy-nilly. The last church my wife and I were at before our current church, we were there 18 years. And we're very active, and it took a lot for us to consider why we left. But on the other hand, there are bright lines in the sand. And I know in our own area, this wasn't a church we went to, but a mega church that was historically more evangelical, where the pastor just came out and accepted a redefinition of marriage. Well, that should have been an easy question for people to not go there. If they couldn't change it,
Yeah.
to not go there. But we know families who, well, our friends are there, our social groups are
Yeah.
there. They just couldn't bring themselves. So they're actually enabling something they know to be wrong. So do no harm. Take stock of your own thing. And then, you don't, we're not called like to be Atlas, that the universe is on our shoulders. We're called to be faithful in the areas God has called us. So, what are you doing with your own family? Who's raising your kids? I mean, this is a basic thing. Is it social media? Is it the public schools? Or are you raising your kids? And there are various ways to do that. Even if you send them to public schools, you can supplement it. But who is really raising your kids? Don't farm it out to 1 hour a week youth group or something. That
Right.
isn't going to cut it. And so these are some things that, it's not rocket science, but I think a lot of people need to ask themselves these questions.
Yeah, and honestly, I really want everyone to pick up the book because we could do a whole 2 or 3 episodes just on this call to action chapter. It's so jam-packed with really practical advice. Equip yourself for the battle, do no harm. And it's got very specific advice even for parents and for students and what grandparents can do.